So
Actually, no, you do the questions, so I'll actually write them down.
I just got what done.
Okay, let me try. Right, okay. What is your role as an ensemble member? My role is to make sure everyone is working well together and all people's ideas are tried out.
I think it's to help others and like create a piece of like most people are moving as one, like, even if you're doing different things, but it still looks good with everyone moving fluidly together.
I think it's group work. Like you're doing exercises and you're all moving in group and in sync. You need to learn how to keep the pace up and don't stop.
Yeah, pretty much that. It's just working in ensembles, basically moving as a group in time, so you're not moving as one individual, you're collectively moving as one. So
how will this impact the dynamics of the group? Well, if there's only one person's idea that's being spoke about, it may not be helpful, and the person who is not being allowed to speak, it might frustrate them and stress them out, which can change the dynamics of the group and cause tension, which means you don't get as much work done.
I've completely forgotten what I said earlier. This is going well. Oh, to help others. If someone doesn't like cooperate with you, then they're not exactly. It's not going to look good to the audience or whoever's like watching it, and it's going to like throw everyone off. So they're either going to try and match up with them because they won't know if they're doing it right or not. If there's someone else doing it different.
Okay, like so you said, like if we're all in a group and we're given ideas and you don't want to try out other people's ideas because you just want to try you just want your ideas to be the only ideas to be, and you give good ideas, but other people have ideas too. They want to try it out and see how it works. If it doesn't work, if nobody else likes it, then you can do the one you created in the first place.
What was the question?
How will this impact the dynamics of the group?
I think the working in an ensemble, it gives power. Is that the right word to use? Power. I think personally, when everyone works together and they're all doing the same thing and it's all in time and in sync, as Viv said, it gives the group, it gives the piece a power to it. Yeah, it's strength, and it just gives it that oomph, as it were. Yeah, it looks much better. It looks much more aesthetically pleasing, and yeah, it gives it oomph, power, awesomeness.
Okay, what might you change after seeing that, and why would you change this? I would probably change how the way the group is progressing and talking about certain ideas, as obviously you need to try more ideas out, so if one person is being unfair, then I would talk to them, but because the group would get uncomfortable if there were any arguments and we would struggle to make more progression in the group, it's just more like, that's why I would do it, because if we're not progressing, then there's no point. Like, you're always wanting to succeed and achieve more, so yeah.
I feel like I don't really want to change anything because the warm-ups we're doing and how we are working together, we haven't like got on like as well as we would thought we would, but we have like moved on, and like every idea we have, like it does get tried out or at least gets noticed, and other people, like if you don't like that, they don't just shut it down and just say they don't want to do it, but like they say why they don't want to, and how it would look bad or.
I'll change the fact that when someone is like talking and they are giving their ideas and the other person in the group just interrupts them instantly. You don't let them to finish what they're saying. It's rude and it's not right. And just because you already have an idea, it doesn't mean that you should shut down everyone else's ideas. It's not good. It's not good. That's not group work. You're just doing something because you want to do it. It's group work is working together, giving ideas, trying out different ideas, and then come together and like, oh, this is what we should do. This is what we should do. We should pick ideas from what everyone else has said.
Yeah. What's the question?
What might you change after seeing that, and why would you change this?
Well, in our group, in our piece, I think we're pretty good at, as Nathan said, we're pretty good at our ensemble. I mean, we do actually want to work on more choreographed ensemble stuff, don't we?
Yeah.
And we have really actually looked into that more, especially in particular. But I think we're pretty good at that. But yeah, obviously we should still look into that more and see if we can maybe integrate it, maybe something else that's in an ensemble later. But yeah, I don't think there's anything that I'd necessarily change about our ensemble. Looking at ensemble piece stuff that we saw. Yeah, I think we're pretty good at that.
Okay. How do these exercises aid your ensemble group? These exercises help us make the group calm and settled, and help us focus on the task we've been set. Otherwise, if we don't if we don't do some sort of exercise to get the group focused, we're all just going to muck around and we're not going to do anything. But yeah.
I think it's to focus, but also like the physical exercise that we do, like a warm up, so no one's like left behind. So we don't have like one person always struggling with like moving on, or if we have like a big dance piece, like what we're gonna work on, like there's not gonna be one of us just like struggling with everything we do, or like putting our body in certain positions.
How do these exercises aid your ensemble group?
If it helps us not to free our body, and because when we start doing the main work, we've known that that as we've done the exercises for the ensemble work, we can freely do the main work. It will be easy for us. It won't be that easy, but it will be easy for us, and we'll be able to do it and work well.
Yeah. So the exercises we saw in the video. I definitely agree with Nathan and Sophie that we need to do exercises, especially as a group, or like some sort of warm up, just to get us all kind of physically. We need to do warm ups just so we're not pulling any muscles or anything. So there is that benefit, but also doing like ensemble warm-ups maybe, so just having a time where we all just sit around and we all have to just follow each other and someone has just to get that kind of mindset, just to practice that, give that awareness of just where everyone is, and just give us that kind of edge when we're working together. Some exercises I didn't think were actually necessary that we saw. For instance, the one where you have to breathe in and breathe out, I think there's other ways of focusing. As a group, especially just getting right into it, and once you've warmed up and done your stretches and you're ready, I think just focusing, doing kind of simple ensemble exercises, I think is more than enough.
What have you done this week? We've worked on a lot of ballet technique and the basics of tap, which killed, but was fun.
We started looking at tap, we've started ballet, and most of it's been like a lot of lower body movement. Like we haven't really started with arms. Like even in ballet, when we was going to, that was only like a thing we added on to the end to start doing.
We in my ballet club. I didn't do ballet yesterday, my first ballet, but I started tap today, and the first thing we did was jump, sprint up, and gallop. We have to bend our knees and lose our ankles and push our weight forward and jump. The heels of the tap shoes should be off the floor, just the toes. Instead of letting both of the heels make noise, just the toes should be the one making the noise. And we're doing it in groups so that it creates some kind of dynamic while we're doing it to be nice.
I think this week, I think this week has been pretty much all dance and singing. There's been little to no acting actually involved, which is cool. But we started off with Jamie first. We did a contemporary session which I didn't find all that interesting or great. Warm up was alright, I think. But yeah, there's some stuff which I disagreed. Well, not disagreed with, but some stuff I was a bit like, is this necessary? Is this actually going to benefit me in a certain way? I know Hayley does do warm ups and exercises in particular, especially with our core to help us as dancers to do certain moves and such, which require certain strength and balance, and that which our core obviously is vital in that. So yeah, we started off with Jamie, then we also did ballet and tap. We started ballet and tap this week, which was pretty cool. And yeah, as Nathan said, it was pretty much all footwork. We did a little bit of kind of arms work, I guess, but it was mostly all footwork. Just kind of getting to the basics, getting to grips with the different moves and where your feet have to be and how you have to stand and all that. That's mostly that stuff. So
like posture.
Yeah, it's mostly just learning that.
How will it help you with the overall aim of this term? How will it help you with the overall aim of this term's units? Well, during our dance pieces, our posture will be improved and it will be able to develop our stamina. It's like, if you do anything in dance, you do need to have good posture, whatever it is, because it just looks slacky otherwise. So I think it's really helpful.
It's going to help like physical strength, obviously. People being able to do the moves more effectively. Our posture, so we look like more appealing in general, but also like your your emotional strength and how to deal with certain things, like people saying, "Oh, I can't do this" or "I can't do that," and people like worrying. Like if we're not going through the basics and not just jumping straight into the really hard things, but only like the people who've already done it can do it. So everyone's going to be like more focused and like happy to do things.
How will it help you with the overall aims of this term's units?
It's to build up our body and give us the energy, because it will help us because we'll have more things to on our reflection to be able to describe what we did very well, putting on describing and everything. And the exercises help us because it helps get us strong and build our bodies. So when we have other classes and we have to do exercise, we're not like, yeah, I can do this. It will be easy because we've been doing exercise for a while now, so we'll get used to doing the exercises.
Yeah, generally just in a general sense, teaching us more techniques, because this term is a skills term, so it's basically just to teach us dance and teach us the basics. So we want to develop on that. We've got the foundation there. So it's just basically giving us everything, all the stuff to work with, to then help us in the future to create stuff and make stuff really cool. Yeah, so generally just helping us to know how dance works, and yeah, like I said before, helping us with our posture and know what to do and how to do certain moves and such, and just giving us kind of that background knowledge, I think, in general. So yeah, and obviously with the exercises, and especially to Hayley's lesson, she focuses really on core, which obviously help us with strength, not only in jazz but also ballet, and lifts as well in certain contemporary a little bit, I think, as well. But yeah, that kind of stuff, keeping us strong.
What ideas can you take from one lesson and apply to the next lesson? Well, the stretches we learn in ballet can help us in the future, and as in for jazz and contemporary, the set positions are commonly used in these styles of dances, so it's really good practice. And even with as I said earlier, the posture, you can even use that in singing. You have to stand in parallel, really straight back, and that helps you project more louder and helps you hit notes. So I think that really helps.
Most of the things like I already said, like tap and ballet is lower body, working on core and getting into different positions. So if we need to make a piece or we need to do something, we already know the basics of how to start or where to move our feet, how to figure stuff out.
We could I would actually like the tap lessons and we'll take the idea from the one with the straight taps, straight off the floor, and we use our ankles to push our toes backward and forward. It could take the idea and merge it with the voice lesson with the song that we're doing in Leanne's class. That's a good idea. Both of them together would be a really good idea.
I think there's quite a lot of stuff you could cross over. It's not kind of like this is singing, this is acting, and this is dance. It's quite broad in that sense. Like core helps you with jazz, well, all dance pretty much helps you with stamina and such. So yeah, I think it's quite general. Like things we do each lesson, we can then bring over to, like for instance, contemporary is quite ballet-y style. So we're learning to point your toes, and obviously the strength you get in ballet can obviously help you in contemporary, and stuff in jazz because ballet is quite similar as well. So certain kicks and such can help you obviously to do something like ballet and that. So it's quite a lot you could cross over. I think one of them would basically be exercises and stretches and such. But I think one main one for me would be jazz, because jazz is it's not ballet, but it's kind of like it has a bit of contemporary, a bit of ballet, a bit of tap in it. So learning how to do jazz stuff really gives you kind of that half a chance of doing well at either ballet, tap, or jazz, contemporary. So yeah, that's something I take from personally.
What do you need to develop to achieve the terms, the aims of this term? I need to develop my balance and my spotting, as whilst I'm doing my pirouettes, I lose my balance and I'm only capable to do one turn. And my flexibility isn't very strong either. I can't do splits or anything, and we keep trying every lesson, which is good because the more I work my muscles, the more I'm able to get them stretchy. But yeah, that's what I think I need to achieve on.
I know I still need to work on my flexibility. I feel like I have got a bit more flexible. I can reach further down my leg doing stuff like that. But I have I can do the pirouettes half turn quite decently, I think now. But I still need to work on doing the full turn and balancing out and stepping out with it as well.
I actually need to learn on my focus because on this lesson, when we're doing what is it called? The thing when we have to look at our spot in the wall. What was doing the
Spotting.
The spotting. I have to focus on my spotting and just focus on the wall when I'm doing the spotting and turning around and the ballet kind of spinning and that thing.
Yeah, I've been the same as Sophie. There's balance. When I work on my strength and flexibility, actually. Yeah, I think my balance is alright, but yeah, flexibility is something actually you want to work on. Strength and flexibility. Yeah.
Okay.
Viva voce week 3! Yeah! No!
What? We already did that already.
I'm done.
Anyways.
Did a bit.
I'm sorry. Oh my god, my foot's really numb. I can't feel it on the floor.
Oh, that was so painful.
Is it touching the